Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news right now, the trucker protests reaching a 5th straight day, but that blockade at the Michigan-Windsor border at the Ambassador Bridge could end as early as today. Yes, happening right now. Windsor officials are in a hearing. They are seeking an injunction to get the green light to have police start forcibly removing the protesters that are blocking the Ambassador Bridge. The protest is against the Canadian government's vaccine mandate for truck drivers. This comes as Ontario has declared a state of emergency. Rod Maloney joins us now live with where everything stands this noon.
Yeah, Rhonda, we're seeing a lot of activity out here, but we're not sure exactly what's to come. Now, I'm going to step out of the shot here. We're going to show you the bridge. Now, it does not appear, and I've gone up the street in both directions to see if we're seeing any traffic, and so far we're not seeing any on the bridge, but there is a report that they are allowing one lane open to come into the United States. And while we don't see any trucks coming, we are seeing activity over at the plaza here, the toll plaza just behind us here. In fact, we can flip around. There's a state police vehicle there. We've seen a number of those in the last few minutes, and they also have had a salt truck out here salting the booths there. Those are the booths where the truckers go in and talk about weight, and also they pay whatever it is that they need in terms of the toll to get on and on the bridge or get off the bridge. And so right now it looks like there's activity, but we're uncertain. There is an attempt by the Ontario Premier to have a state of emergency, which could mean $100,000 fines for arrests to people who were involved in any of this. And so there is that discussion apparently that might have prompted this move that we so far cannot see any vehicles coming. Now, the governor has been on the phone over the last 24 hours, talking to the White House, talking to the Canadian consulate, talking to other people. She was discussing what it is that has to happen here. And also we talked to one of our old friends. He's an economist by the name of Patrick Anderson from the Anderson Economic Group, and he can talk a little bit more about what it is that is hurting the car companies in particular and the state as an economy as a whole. So let's hear from the governor and Patrick Anderson.
We've got to push to resolve this, and it's got to be swift. And of course, we want it to be safely done as well, but it has to happen. We cannot let another minute go by unnecessarily, because this border is too important to our economy, to our homeland security, and to as we grow our economy. It's a crucial moment.
When you see automakers put heavy parts on planes just to fly them 50 miles across the border, you know that there's a lot of money on the line, and a lot of production and employment that's being affected.
Now, what we do know is that the Ohio assembly plant for Ford is down today. They're also saying that they're working on lesser production of their Canadian plants, Oakville, Ontario, which is an assembly plant, and also their engine plant here in Windsor. Stellantis says that they have limited parts, and they're going to be working today too, but they're not exactly sure where it's all headed. I'm still waiting to hear from General Motors. But as you can see, the meter is running as we try and figure out the resolution to all of this. We are certainly on top of all of it. We have a crew over in Canada. They're in the hearing right now, so we'll have more on that. And if anything happens, we will be right here and we'll have it for you live. Reporting live in Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, thank you. And of course, as Rod said, keep it right here with Local 4 and click on Detroit.com. Throughout the day, we will continue to monitor the situation and keep you updated if anything changes at the border. The other breaking news that we're following this noon is Oakland County is the very latest to drop its mandate requiring masks in schools and daycares. Now, it's not today. The order required students, teachers, and staff to wear a face covering in order to slow the transmission of COVID-19. The change will go into effect on February 29th, right at the end of the month. The Oakland County Health Division says that the decision is based on a sharp drop in new COVID cases and hospitalizations, along with a rise in vaccination rates within Oakland County. As of this week, more than 75% of Oakland County residents over the age of 5 had received their first dose of the COVID vaccine. Let's turn our attention to Brandon and talk about what is turning out to be kind of a miserable looking day.
He chuckled a little bit. Yeah, the weather from snow to rain and then back to snow with 40 degrees and some nasty gusts in between. We're already near 40 at City Airport and Grosse Ile. Middle 30s for the rest of us. The rain has cooled us a little bit. Winds are out of the southwest, 10 to 20, but these are gusts, and you can see 20 to almost 35-mile-an-hour gusts. So it's slippery and a little gusty, so tricky travel. Again, a lot of this is rain in green as our Storm Tracker 4 sweeper is going. We are getting a little snow down in Lenawee, Jackson County, so can't rule out a little wintry mix here and there. Warm front has already come through, and that's why we expect still, with a little rain break in the afternoon, to get into that 40-degree range. Again, we had that snow earlier, and switching to rain back to snow, I think it gets a little more serious later tonight with an Arctic front coming, Rhonda, and that will bring a big change for our weekend.
Okay, we'll try and brace ourselves for that. Arctic front does not sound good. Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey announces her candidacy for U.S. Congress. Winfrey will run in the 12th congressional district that features 6 new communities as a result of redistricting Michigan's legislative boundaries. She says that her first priority will be improving economic conditions and education for the people who live in her district. Winfrey was sworn into office back in 2005. A man is in critical condition after he was shot at a Detroit gas station. Detroit police say that it happened around 5 o'clock in the morning near Chalmers on the city's east side. Police say that someone walked into this gas station and shot a 40-year-old man. Investigators are working to determine a possible motive. Michigan State Police are investigating a freeway shooting that left a man in critical condition. This happened around 2 o'clock this morning along I-94 at the Telegraph exit in Taylor. Police say that the man had several gunshot wounds and was taken to a local hospital. They believe this was not random and that it was a targeted attack. Anyone with information, though, is asked to call police. President Biden is getting closer to his self-imposed deadline to name his Supreme Court nominee. The president met with Democrats at the Senate Judiciary Committee to discuss the candidates. Bree Jackson is in Washington, where President Biden is preparing to do some homework on his potential nominees.
Sources tell NBC News President Biden plans to spend this weekend at Camp David reviewing materials related to his Supreme Court candidates. That includes their writings as well as their personal background. Now, sources say the exact timing of candidate interviews has yet to be determined, but they could start as soon as next week.
They were the honor students. They come from the best universities.
President Biden working to narrow down his short list of Supreme Court justice nominees. There have been more than a dozen candidates reportedly under consideration.
I've taken about 4 people and done the deep dive on them, meaning this thorough background checks.
The president standing by his vow to nominate a black woman to succeed Justice Stephen Breyer. Some Senate Republicans compared that promise to affirmative action. White House senior advisor Cedric Richmond tells me it's their qualifications that stand out.
These legal minds will be able to battle with the best of them, and I believe interpret the Constitution in a way that is excellent.
The future Supreme Court nominee will face a confirmation fight on Capitol Hill.
Whatever the president does, we'll respond to. It's up to him.
On Thursday, Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee met with the president to weigh in.
We shared with him some of our recommendations, but mainly the message was, we trust your judgment, Joe Biden, when it comes to choosing the right person.
Democrats hold a slim majority in the Senate and could confirm a nominee on their own. However, President Biden predicts he'll gain bipartisan support.
I'm not looking to make an ideological choice here. I'm looking for someone to replace Judge Breyer with the same kind of capacity Judge Breyer had, with an open mind.
The president says he'll make a decision by the end of this month. After the president names his pick, the Senate Judiciary Committee will hold public hearings with the nominee. If that panel approves the nomination, it will then go to the full Senate for a final vote. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for NBC News.
All right, Bree, thank you. Still to come, preparations are underway for Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. We'll have a preview of Sunday's big matchup. And before we go to